A very good morning to all my new students. So, as discussed in the last lecture, that we are going to discuss upon some of the sorting algorithms in this video lecture. Now we start with one of the simplest type of sorting algorithm, which is called bubble sort. And we will see the algorithm and we will also analyze this algorithm in this video. So let's begin. Bubble sort is the simplest algorithm in the set of all the algorithms. Let the list of numbers in memory is as A1, A2 up to AN. So, keeping this in mind, let us see the workflow of a bubble sort algorithm. Number 1, the step 1 compares A1 with A2 and arrange them in the desired order such that A1 is less than A2. The next, we go and compare A2 with A3 and arrange them in desired order, and we continue until we compare AN with AN minus 1 with AN and arrange them as AN minus 1 is less than AN. Note that in this step 1 involves we have done n minus 1 comparisons. During these comparisons, the largest element is bubbled up to the nth location. That's why this algorithm has a name called bubble sort. It will move the largest element from the left to the right. That means the largest element will bubble up from left to the right position. Now, step 2 is a repetition of step 1 with one less comparison. That means we will compare n minus 2 elements. Step 2 involves n minus 2 comparisons. At the end of this step, the second largest element will occupy a n minus 1 position. And we will keep on doing the same thing with reducing the number of comparisons in each step. Finally, after n minus 1 steps, the list will be sorted in increasing order. The process of sequentially traversing through all or part of a list is called pass. Accordingly, the bubble sort algorithm requires n minus 1 passes where n is the number of input. So, we can say that we have sorted each list. The list in one pass requires n minus 1 steps, right? Now let us see this bubble sort with the help of a simple example. Suppose the following number are stored in a array: 32, 51, 27, 85, 66, 23, 13, and 11. And we want to sort them. So let's begin sorting of this data with the help of the bubble sort algorithm. Let analyze let analyze pass 1 of bubble sort. Now, as per the definition, we will compare the first two elements first. 32 is compared to 51, and we saw that 32 is less than 51. So, what we do is we will remain, these two numbers will remain as it is. They will not interchange because they are already sorted. Now, next, our system will increment the value of the pointer and we'll start comparing 51 with 27. We saw that 51 is larger than 27. So at this stage, we should interchange these two values so that 51 should be moved ahead of 27, and we change them. Third, the system will now compare 51 with 85, and 51 is less than 85, so the system will keep them intact. It will not interchange. Third, we will do the same thing with 85 and 66, and we interchange 66 with 85. Now we move ahead to 85 and 23. Again, an interchange is there because 85 is more than 23. Then the system will again compare 85 with 13 and interchange 13 with 85. And finally, the last comparison is with 57. So we interchange 57 and 85. So in one pass, we saw that there are number of comparisons equal to 7, right? That's 8 minus 1, 8 elements, 7 comparisons. So if there are n elements, there are n minus 1 comparisons. In one pass, there are n minus 1 comparisons, right? So let us analyze part 1 of bubble sort. After the initial pass, we saw 85 bubbled to the last location from fourth location, right? Number of comparison needed in pass 1 is 7. So in general, it's n minus 1 when n is equal to 8. Now, if we apply the same algorithm to the complete set of data, then we will require 7 passes, right? We will 7 passes. In that 7 passes, we will sort the complete list, and you will get a list like this: 13, 23, 27, 32, 51, 57, 66, and 85. So this is the complete workflow of the bubble sort algorithm. Now let us see the algorithm actually looks like. This is the bubble sort algorithm, and it's a simple algorithm, but it makes use of something called pointers. So I hope you understand what the word pointer means, but it is not the same as we will discuss in linked list, right? It's just an element that points to a location, right? So bubble sort algorithm starts with repeat step 2 and 3 with a flag index k is equal to 1 to k is equal to n minus 1. We will see what this k stands for. Second, we set a pointer to 1, initialize the pass pointer to 1. We will again see in the coming slides, that why we initialize this PTR to 1. And then we iterate this an inner loop, while loop, with the help of this pointer. And in each iteration, we will make two things. One is we will check whether the data that is pointed by PR is more than the data ahead with ahead of this PTR. If this condition is true, we will interchange the two. Else, if this condition is false, we will just increment the value of PTR and iterate the loop again. We will keep on iterating till we are ended with this while loop. Once this while loop is ended, we will again go back to the initial for loop where k is equal to 1. If we increment the value k is equal to 2, we increment the value k is equal to 2, and we come inside again initialize pti is equal to 1, and then we go and repeat the while loop again for this new k. Now let us see, we analyze this algorithm with the help of a sort array, right? And we will see whether what the concept that we have studied in the past slides matches with this algorithm or not. So let us see that this algorithm is having 4 elements: 20, 33, 35, and 17. And the number of elements that we have is 4. So this loop start with n minus 1 to n minus 1. If we put n is equal to 4, this loop will work from 1 to 3, right? K value will vary from 1 to 3, and PTR value will vary from n minus 1 to n minus 3, right? So this is the counter k, which counts the number of steps, right? Which counts the number of steps. This will range from k is equal to 1 to k is equal to 3, and the pointer will move from p pointer is equal to 1 to pointer is equal to 4, right? Now, to just have a look how this works, let us understand. First, the first step will, where k is equal to 1, will take care of pointer ranging from 1 to 3, right? 1, 2, and 3. In the fourth step, the thing will be sorted. Now for k is equal to 2, we just have to compare two numbers. For k is equal to 3, the number list is already sorted. So we don't have to do any comparison. Now start with PTI is equal to 1 and k is equal to 1, right? K is equal to 1. So and PTR value is 1 right now, but the PTR value can range from 1 to 3, right? So it will compare 20 with 33. 20 is less than 33. So this will not change. Now the comparison will move to 33 and 35, right? So, and also 33 is less than 35. So again, these two numbers will remain intact. The third comparison will be made when the pointer is incremented to third position. It will be compared with fourth location. 35 is compared to 17, and now we find that 17 is less than 35. So what we have to do is we will go inside the if condition and interchange the data PTR, that is 35, with data PTR plus 1, that is 17. We will shift and then we will go and increment the value of PTR to 4. Now when we come back to the while loop, the PTR value should be less than equal to 3. But in this case, the PTR value is 4. So we will quit this while loop and go back to the for loop. The for loop says the k value should be incremented to 2, and the PTR, then we once we come back into the for loop, the PTR value is again initialized to 1. Now again we compare 20 and 33, it will remain same. Then we go increment the value of PTR to 2 with 33 and 17. Now in that case we saw that the if condition is true and we interchange 17 and 33, right? And we increment the value pointer to 3. So in our case, the pointer should be remained at till 2, but the pointer is 3. So again, we quit the while loop and we will go and increment the value of k to 3. And in this way, we go and change, we will go and sort the complete algorithm for data. The sorted data that we get here is 17, 20, 33, and 35, right? And we moved because the number of elements are 4 and number of it passes that we work was 3. So we are in accordance to that number, the workflow that we saw in the last slides. We saw that this should happen n minus 1 steps only. So we have completed the complete bubble sort in n minus 1 step only. Now let us analyze what is the algorithm, what this particular algorithm has, what complexity does this algorithm has. So as per the example shown in the last slide, in the first step for k is equal to 1, we made 3 comparisons. For next step k is equal to 2, we made 2 comparisons and so on. So we can deduce that for n elements, we have to make a total comparison of n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus n minus 3 up to 3, 2 and 1. So this is a series and the sum of the series is n into n minus 1 by 2, which can be written in asymptotic notation as big O of n square. So students, today we learned about a simplest algorithm known as bubble sort. We saw the workflow, we saw the algorithm itself, and we dry run the algorithm with a small example. And finally, we concluded that the complexity of a bubble sort algorithm is proportional to square of the number of inputs. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.